This is my one-year-old son, Jake's bedroom. And outside of his window, you can see we've got a train track that runs right through our backyard. Jake loves watching the train as it rolls by. It was 2 weeks ago that I got to take Jake on his very first train ride. He really loved that. Jake stood on my lap and looked out the window as we drove. Riding a train was so much better than merely watching. Jake, a couple weeks ago, went from a train watcher to a train rider. And folks, our church is like a train. By God's help, it is barreling down the track, and God is powerfully advancing His kingdom in our midst. Some of us are watchers, and some of us are riders. Many of you have enjoyed watching God working through the chapel and seeing lives change. But it's about time that you cease watching and you actually get on board and be part of the serving where God is actually using you to advance His eternal kingdom. And I want to tell you about an exciting way that you can get on board and become part of the action. And that's serving in the great adventure. Our children's ministry has always been an incredibly important part of what makes us the chapel. From the beginning, we've understood that kids are precious to God, and these kids need to discover who God is and what life with God can be like. And I would like to invite you to become a part of the team that serves with those kids. God desires to use you to contribute to the advance of His kingdom. You know, when I took Jake for his train ride, we almost missed the train. I was holding him and I got my dollar bill. I'm trying to cram it into the parking meter and it keeps spitting it out at me. And I hear the train whistle as the train is coming. You know, if you're not there when the train comes, you missed it. And just barely did we catch that train. You know, I'm afraid some of you are going to miss the train. There's a very important train leaving the station, and that is the TGA Spring Volunteer Team. We divide the volunteer season of our TGA workers into 3 seasons of 4 months each. And this particular season starts the beginning of February and goes through the end of May. For those who serve every other week, it's only serving about 8 or 9 times. And for many of you, God is calling you to get aboard the train. But you may miss because you've got your reasons, whatever they may be. For some, your reason is, I'm just too busy. I understand that. But here's the deal. We must make time for that which is most important. And God has commanded all of His followers to invest their lives in serving in the local church. He doesn't want any of us to waste our lives and not make a difference for eternity. So we need to make time to serve. Others say, I'm working with my kids all week long. And if you're changing diapers all week, maybe you need to serve in a different age level and work with the grade school kids and experience the joy of children at a different age than your own. Some say, my reason is I don't know enough about the Bible. Well, one of the things I love hearing is of servants in the great adventure who are actually learning with their kids as they go through the same lessons and discuss those stories with the children. Others say it must be a lot of work. Folks, actually it's not. We've got a prep team that gets everything ready, and so you just show up and jump in. Some have said, I'm done with the kid phase of life. My kids are old, and I'm too old to serve with the children. Don't tell that to Barb Smith, who's 86 years old and stays young at heart as she works with the preschool kids. Others say that my reason is children is not my gift. You know, can I push back on that? Jesus said, let the children come unto me. Jesus loved kids. And as we strive to become Christ-like, we must all have a passionate love for young people. And God can use even those who don't think that they're capable of making a tremendous impact in children. Folks, the voyage of serving with the great adventure over the next 4 months is one that will drop you off in May at a different place spiritually than you started. God will change you as you open up your life to be used by Him in the life of these kids. I hope none of you miss this adventure. God is calling all aboard.